I gotta figure this out. Look at this. We're losing daylight here too. We have, I guess, auxiliary? Welcome back everybody to another video. I bought those big lights for the Yukon Expedition there, and I have to get them wired up. So what I'm gonna do is pull the floorboards up. I bought I think 50 feet of 12 gauge 3-wire. So because I also have an air compressor that was bought the other day. I forgot to show putting it in there, but I have to get that wired up. So that's basically a lot of wiring to get ready for the trip, because we have 60 days. Okay. Onto the wiring of these now. I gotta figure this out. Look at this thing. What? I bought this to go with it, but that's battery, and then we're losing daylight here too. We have, I guess, auxiliary. That's for the light, so I'll run these into the cab. I think I have enough, and then go from there. Okay, I got this figured out. So those connect, and then there's like a high beam circuit and other lights. So just to get this working, I think all I have to do is hook power to it. I'm hoping I have enough daylight, and if not, continue this tomorrow. Alright, it's getting dark out here. I'm gonna finish up this wiring. It's just wired up to the cab, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, I was working on the lights last night. I got to mount it, and everything was going well, going to plan, and I just started bringing the wiring out just before dark, but for some reason this wiring it wasn't working. Something with the relay's bad, or the switch. So got a lot of troubleshooting to do, but we have a lot more to get done. This can wait. The lights are important, but I won't be taking this to town anytime soon to try it out. So I'm gonna pack this away and move on to getting the wire kind of up to the front. So when I gotta run a heavy wire to the cab for dedicated power, and then I have to wire in that new air compressor. So I'm gonna move outside, I think, and I gotta drill a hole through the thing. So Okay, so I have to take kind of this stuff. Let me show you here. I took a measurement inside to know where this has to go because I want to miss a stud. So it's 20 inches. This wire that I'm fishing was a 3-wire, just your standard like extension cord you get at Home Depot because it worked out to be so much cheaper. And I ground everything through the body, so I'll run one dedicated, like legit. I'll leave the other end on. For the air compressor, it gives me 3 plugs, done, simple. And then the other end, I'll probably run 1 or 2 back to the cab, and that'll give me 3 dedicated circuits of hot. So I might even switch it out because I have like house wire right now running my lights, which I don't like. It's kind of little, they're gonna wear out eventually, so we'll run this in. I definitely have plenty of wire. It's a 50-foot length and it's a 20-foot container tip to tip. So, okay. Okay, so now that I got this cord kind of into the box, I think what I will do is it's gonna go into here on its own 20 amp breaker, because that doesn't do anything. There's only one of these turns the power on into the place, and the other one is just empty. So I'll run this up there, and then I will take I'll take the rest and go back with it to get 3 hot wires out to that front cab, and I'm hoping I have enough. Should be tight. Just got this other wire ran, hole drilled, and into the cab. And whenever I get that rest of the wiring figured out, I'll just bring it into that box. It's going to be like a little junction box. And then those lights will work. So, anyways, I might as well show you this. This is my new compressor that I bought for the Yukon trip and for work. It is a Omega. It's based out of Ontario, Canada, so it's Canadian made, and it's the biggest size you can get on a 15 amp circuit. So it worked out great. I got the cord end already, so that'll come in handy. Pumping the tires up and kind of fixing flats and doing all whatever you need with an air compressor. I'm gonna go in for dinner, and then I got a list, like a big checklist, so that we can get ready. We have like less than 60 days now, so lots to do. Alrighty, I'm just got out from dinner. I'm going to do something about this box here. So this is my controls for everything, and I have to put another switch for those front lights, which they look really good on the dash here, but at the same time they would be hard to wire that in, I think. Maybe not. Those just pop out. If I could get a switch in there, I think. This might actually work well, because I could run power. My power box is here from yesterday that I got in. It's just going to be a distribution box, so I could technically run a hot wire to there, just along the underneath the floor, because it's just one wire, and then I'll have to go see if my switch will work. So these pop out, and this is the switch that came with that kit, so you could just flip your lights on, flip them off. I think I should order some more of these, because I have those two, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. They would be a lot nicer than this. These are pretty chintzy from Princess Auto. Like, these are a nice light. think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna aim to wire it up to there. I gotta see when I go to town next. I might be going to town end of the week. I gotta get a hole saw or a hole auger. Yeah. For doing gates. Just try to spend the money, you know. Money. Isn't that a thing? Like, if you put the money out, the work will come, or the revenue will come. I don't know. Maybe that's just my thinking. So. Okay, so I have my rear flashers, my marker lights, my backlights, side, and then 3 powers. So basically I need 2, because then it's a 4 wire. So I'll bring 8 wires into here, and that will allow me to do what I have to do, and then I junction them back here nice and tidy. And then I'm going to put on here on the left side where your lights go turn on and off. I'm going to do my flashers and my markers. And then on the other side I'll have my front, back, and side. And then I have 1 extra for whatever I need. Okay, so I got all that kind of worked in how I was wanting it, and then the way I was going to run it, turns out it's not going to work. Let me show you here. It was going to be run, picture the other side here, it's just going to be run through this channel, but there's not enough room under here. Yeah, so I'm gonna get on the phone with Pico tomorrow and get some more wire ordered, probably some 14.7, because it's more likely to use. And then I don't have to run 2 of those, I can just run 1. Make it a lot easier. So I'm gonna take this bolt out, and then this relay can sit with this other relay, which I should get a weatherproof one of these. But basically I'll take this out if I can with one hand, and then the rest can run probably through the side door here, through the side door, and then into the hood, which would be perfect. Now that I know what I'm doing with this, I called Australia, and they said, oh, you gotta have this other wire hooked up, which is like so that you could hook it into your high beam switch. I didn't know that. I thought that was an option, but I didn't know that it had to be done to actually get it to work. So now that I know that, clear sailing. And then when the other stuff comes in, I'll wrap everything else up, get all the other lights done for the trip. So let's get this on. Okay, so I got the final stages. I got everything wired. It's a little dark out, but got everything wired. All I have to do is connect this to here. That gives me power up front with my new wire that you saw me run earlier, and then we can test the lights. Let's get this done, and then we'll go test lights. Beauty. They work. That's nice. So I called Noxalis, where that wiring kit came from, and they reached out to the factory and all that, and they said you'd have to order like 1,000 of those switches. That's kind of their minimum. So that's not going to work. So I'm headed to town end of the week. I'm going to go see if I can source some locally, and I'm hoping to pay not an arm and a leg, because I know some switches can be like ridiculously priced. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my wire, and we're going to get this in next week's video. We're going to get everything done up nicely on that dash, just like the front lights, so then you have everything you need, and it'll be clean, and that'll give me room beside the seat again. instead of having that box there. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we're going to see you in next week's episode. So stick around for that, and have a nice night.